Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we know everybody has their eyes on travel this holiday weekend. The latest on how the airports are dealing, the airlines bracing for what's expected to be a record-setting weekend after a mess of a week, and then the best and worst times to hit the road. Also, you know I'm going to be all over that forecast because so many are on alert for heat and dangerous heat, compounded heat under that heat dome after day 7 to 14, depending on where you are, and then a building ridge that'll make some real heat out west. They've been so cool. So I'll get into that forecast and so much more right here on GMA.
Hello? Oh, this is for you. That's right. You're gonna study magic.
You don't need a wand to play Harry Potter Magic Awakened, but you will need an Android or iOS device. The mobile game combines elements of role-playing, collectible card, and massively multiplayer games into an experience taking place 10 years after the Battle of Hogwarts. Your Computer Might Be at Risk is a first-person narrative puzzle game challenging players to escape from a locked room and solving a mystery. Originally released on the Steam game service, it is now playable on Xbox. And if you ever wanted to experience the thrills of king crab fishing without the biting cold or dangerous ocean waters, Deadliest Catch the game is out now for Nintendo Switch and Xbox consoles. Taking Dramamine and making drawn butter in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
It's pretty cool. Deadliest Catch the game. Well, as we get ready to start a new month, there are several KSAT community events we want to let you know about. We're teaming up with our KSAT community partners for a phone bank on July 20th. It's all in support of Project Mend. You can see some information on your screen. Project Mend works to improve the quality of life for those living with disabilities and illness through refurbishment, reuse, and distribution of medical equipment and other assistive technology. Then on July 22nd, there'll be a medical equipment donation drive. On that day, you can bring your gently used medical equipment to the Wonderland of the Americas Mall. If you can't make it then, you can drop off items any time, Monday and Friday between 8 and 5 at the Project Mend headquarters. That's over at 5015 Wurzbach Road. And we do have a list of the most needed items on our website. Still ahead in the next hour, Good Morning San Antonio. A woman is behind bars after a deadly crash, accused of killing a man early this week. How the suspect was caught and the charges she's facing now right here in San Antonio. Plus, disgraced former state senator Carlos Uresti will be released from federal prison today. What you need to know before it happens this morning. And up next, we could be getting some answers to questions about the tragic shooting in Uvalde, why a judge is now pushing to release public records from law enforcement about that horrible day here in South Texas. And checking TransGuide right now, 410 looking pretty good. Heavier traffic, I-10 at Probant. RJ Marquez is in the house and he has you covered all morning. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. This morning on GMSA, San Antonio police are investigating a hit and run that killed a man on the city's northeast side. What we've been able to learn in the past 3 hours. Plus,
the dissenting justices pointed out is that this is going to create absolute chaos because every school will find a way to adapt.
1 year after overturning Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court making another landmark decision. What could happen now with college admissions after the end of affirmative action?
Outside with live cam, Mother Nature not quite as brutal yesterday regarding our afternoon temperatures. We have some morning clouds in place, and Mike is looking ahead to the last day of the month of June.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
It is time to rise and shine. Good morning, everybody. It's 6 a.m. on your Friday, June 30th.
Happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. And we're happy that we didn't reach the triple digits yesterday. That was a gift, I thought, and I went for a run.
Oh, it was a gift with a big bow on top. We'd like more of the same. Mike Osterhage joins us here in the studio. Good morning.
We will have more of the same, and we're just going to do this. Okay. And yeah, it may have been 100 in your backyard, but out at the airport officially just 99 degrees, and of course that lower humidity in the afternoon, and you can kind of see how maybe your air conditioner's not working quite as hard, or it's kind of keeping up with keeping things cool in the afternoons, unlike it was earlier this week and last week when it was so brutal out there. We do have some clouds hanging around this morning. Temperatures has been holding steady at 82 Castroville. So we are up a couple of degrees from yesterday. You sort of notice that when you step outside. The dew points are roughly what they were yesterday. It is fairly humid over there at Randolph at 77, 75 Canyon Lake, New Braunfels, 76 at Stinson. So a bit of a heat index to deal with. It feels like 83 in New Braunfels, 84 out there at the airport right now. Mold is on the low side. The updated count comes out in about an hour and a half or so. Do still have heat advisories still for our eastern counties just because of a lot of excess humidity off there to the east. And as far as temperatures today, 90 at noon, 99 high. So now again, it may be 100 in your backyard, but out there at the airport, we stay at 99. I think we're going to have a little bit more of a sort of a milky shade to the sky, a little more moisture loft in the atmosphere. A couple more clouds will be hanging around here the next few days. We're not going to be seeing 100 over the next 7 days, which is good news here at the airport, of course. And then as far as rain chances, going to have to wait a few days for that. Details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez is behind the wheel this morning. What's going on, sir?
All right, yeah, glad to be with you guys on a Friday morning, and a couple of things taking place right now out on our roadways. We're going to start right here with TransGuide traffic cameras. This is the upper level of I-35 at Alamo. We are getting reports that there's debris on this part of the highway here, but obviously you can see traffic is moving along pretty smooth in this area. I've been kind of going back and forth with TransGuide to kind of see what exactly they are looking at out there. Maybe we can kind of look at a different angle of the camera. We do see a couple of other vehicles kind of in this area here. Appears as if there's an emergency vehicle right there. So maybe they are getting a little bit closer to spotting exactly what is going on there in that area. Looking at our citywide map, things looking pretty good so far in our area. We will talk a little bit about this stalled vehicle on the northeast side here in just a bit, but a little bit closer look at what we're looking at here with this road debris. So this is the northbound lanes of I-35, again the upper level there at Alamo Street. So again, if you're coming up from Cesar Chavez up to Dolorosa, that's kind of the area that we're discussing right now. So generally the downtown area. We'll give you a little bit more information as we get that available to us. All right, this stalled vehicle out here in the northbound lanes of I-35 at O'Connor Road doesn't seem to be causing too much of a traffic issue at the moment right now, but something that people need to keep in mind if they're headed out there on the northeast side. I-35, the northbound lanes at O'Connor Road. As we take you one more look back outside here, I-35 at Alamo, checking exactly what is going on here with this emergency vehicle that's pulled off to the side. Maybe they spotted the debris that's being reported right now on the TxDOT traffic page, but we'll give you the very latest when it gets available to us. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, sir. This morning, colleges all across the country will now be forced to stop considering race in their admissions process.
This comes after the Supreme Court ruled to end affirmative action programs and policies yesterday.
Well, Sarah Costa is here in the studio this morning with how some local entities are reacting to this big news from the court. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Steph. Yeah, so it's set to begin this fall. So high school students entering their senior year will be the first to apply under these terms. The court's decision changes legal precedent that's been in place for more than 40 years. We reached out to Rudy Rosales, the outgoing state director of LULAC, and Gregory Hudspeth, the president of the NAACP San Antonio chapter. They both expressed disappointment in the court's decision.
So for them to strike down affirmative action based on equality and based on the fact that they're trying to somehow remedy race as an issue in terms of admissions is really sad.
The whole idea of behind affirmative action was not to take rights or opportunities away from anyone. It was to recognize the challenges that we've had and that some groups of people have been placed at a disadvantage.
Now, some state lawmakers saw this as a victory. U.S. Senator Ted Cruz said in a statement that it was a great day for Americans. He called affirmative action, quote, government-sanctioned racial discrimination, and said the Supreme Court's decision today from yesterday restored objectivity to the admissions process. This ruling happened less than 24 hours ago, and some colleges have already started responding. The president at UTSA here in San Antonio said in part that he was not anticipating any impact from this decision because race is not used in the UTSA admissions process. It's likely that the impact of this decision will be seen at some of the country's most selective colleges, which have been known to factor race in the decision during admission. On KSAT.com, we have an article breaking down what this could mean for legacy admissions and what changes we're likely to see in the coming months with the college admissions process. Steph?
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police are investigating a hit and run after a man was found dead in the street on the city's northeast side. It happened just before 3 a.m. on Rittiman Road. The man's body was found there by a paramedic driving an ambulance. Now, police say the driver noticed a dark sedan moments before finding the man. They believe that the driver may have hit the man.
New this morning, San Antonio police say a man is dead after he was shot multiple times overnight by suspects who have not yet been caught. Happened just before 10 last night in the 6900 block of Borderbrook Drive, not far from Ingram Park Mall on the city's west side. Police say a man was walking with his girlfriend when two men in masks showed up and tried to rob them. The man was shot several times before those suspects ran off. The victim was taken to an area hospital where he passed away.
San Antonio police are also investigating what they're calling a drive-by shooting. This happened just before 6 o'clock last night at Buffalo and Chalmers near Division Avenue on the city's south side. Police are telling us that they found a man who was shot several times at the scene, and right now he's in the hospital. And at this point, investigators have not found any suspects.
New details this morning on a judge's ruling over public records of the Uvalde school shooting. Since May 24th of last year, people have pointed the finger at law enforcement, asking why officers waited more than an hour to confront the shooter. So now a district judge has ordered the Department of Public Safety to start releasing public records about law enforcement and how they responded to the shooting. However, DPS could fight the order and appeal. We have the full story right now on our website at ksat.com. 6:08 in your other morning headlines, the travel rush before July 4th. TSA says more than 17 million people are expected to fly between now and the middle of next week.
As ABC's Morgan Norwood reports, today is the busiest day of all, with severe weather adding to the headaches.
The holiday travel rush starting with a scare in Southern California.
Came in for landing, struck a bird, leaving behind a big dent in the nose cone of this aircraft.
This Southwest jet colliding with a bird before landing in Burbank from Las Vegas. No one was hurt, but the airline was forced to pull the plane out of service. It's just the latest hiccup during a stressful week for travelers. With more than 600 flights canceled Thursday alone, passengers are on edge with bags piling up at airports. Some people stranded for days. And the TSA says today will be its busiest of the holiday weekend.
We're staffed and prepared.
While airlines are mostly back to normal after storms and staffing issues led to cancellations earlier this week, United Airlines is not. The airline canceling more than 400 flights Thursday, far more than any other airline. Earlier this week, United CEO blaming the FAA for staffing issues it says caused the delays. The transportation secretary tells ABC News it's not that simple.
United Airlines seems to have some issues that are specific to their airline.
As for United, the company says more cancellations could be on the way as it closely watches the weather in Chicago and Denver, where a storm covered the area in hail. Parts of the Midwest have also been battered by severe storms that brought winds of more than 80 miles an hour to Illinois, leveling trees. Those storms blowing away that harmful smoke from the Canada wildfires. The eastern part of the country, not as lucky. These were the skylines in New York and Philadelphia, where air quality alerts are in effect today. Detroit and Washington, D.C. also blanketed with haze. And there is also suffering in the south, where a heat wave has gripped more than a dozen states. In Texas, at least 13 deaths have been blamed on the scorching weather so far. And with the heat index expected to reach above 110 degrees in certain areas throughout the weekend, officials warning people to stay cool and stay hydrated. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
And it's 6:10 right now, 79 degrees.
After the break, a new display called Welcome to Earth is allowing people to see a meteorite that landed in Texas this year. Where you need to go to see it, coming up next.
Outside with live cam as we wait for the sun to come up. It's working on it right now, so we'll take a live look at San Antonio International Airport. If you are traveling today, we wish you the best and hope you safely get to your destination. We'll be back. 6:14. Do you remember back in February when we got reports about a loud boom and a fireball down in the Rio Grande Valley? Some people thought it was a huge explosion, but NASA confirmed it was a meteorite.
Not only did they find some of those meteorites, but you can see them this summer right here in San Antonio. So meteorologist Mia Montgomery gives us a sneak peek behind the hunt that made this happen.
Picture this, a 1,000-pound meteoroid entering the Earth's atmosphere miles above our heads. The majority of it burns up, but every so often shattered pieces of it survive the journey to the ground. This is exactly what happened back on February 15th near McAllen, Texas.
Fireball came in, people heard the boom.
Research was conducted and a search team went on to discover these meteorites, which are now being showcased right here in San Antonio. There are several different meteorites on display here at the Whitty Museum, including these fragments and the mesquite tree branch that they damaged as they made their way down to the Earth's surface. But how do you know that these chunks of rocky material hit the ground, especially in rural South Texas, and even begin the attempt to find them? You take a page out of a weather book, the Doppler radar.
It records solid objects and different densities that it sees as it passes through the atmosphere, and you can locate it with the XYZ coordinates of where it is and passing and where it may land on the ground.
After a probable area was pinpointed and the property owner was contacted, the search began. The first few meteorites were more easily found, but hunters say the search became more challenging thanks to the heavy brush and vegetation.
The one I found, if I had been 5 or 10 feet, left or right, I would have missed it completely.
A successful search nonetheless, and one that is bringing a little piece of space to our little piece of Earth this summer. Mia Montgomery, KSAT 12 News.
Pretty cool. The Welcome to Earth exhibit is now open at the Whitty Museum here in San Antonio. It even showcases a 4 billion-year-old meteorite that was discovered over in Morocco.
That's right. Time now 6:16, and looks like there's problems out there at I-35 and O'Connor Road.
Yeah, guys, a couple of things developing right now. Gonna have to go out to the Whitty. It's a pretty cool exhibit that they have there. All right, taking you outside right now, I-35 at O'Connor. This was the stalled vehicle that was being reported a little bit earlier this morning. You could see this is the northbound lanes, I-35 north at O'Connor. You can see we do have a couple of emergency vehicles there. Appears to be a tow truck that may be trying to get this one vehicle off to the side. Towed away here, but traffic is kind of moving through this area, so this was being reported on the shoulder, so it doesn't appear to be causing any major delays right now. But again, something to kind of keep in mind if you had to head out in this area. As we took a look at our maps here real quick, kind of get a little bit closer look, you can see we're seeing some yellow here, and obviously our maps are now reflecting a little bit of the activity that we're seeing out there in this area. Again, northbound lanes of I-35 at O'Connor Road, a stalled vehicle out there, and we'll continue to follow this, see if crews end up clearing out this area here in just a bit. It's just got a little bit more yellow there, so something to keep in mind. All right, so our map just updated. I had this mark here for this hazard that was on the road, but you can see our map has now updated this. This is another stalled vehicle here, I-35 northbound at Nogalitos Street. So again, right there where 35 and 90 kind of intersect. So a very busy area that a lot of people go through throughout the rest of the morning as we make our way through our 6 o'clock hour here. So we have a stalled vehicle there, the northbound lanes at Nogalitos, something to keep in mind there if you have to head out in the downtown area. Take you one more look here at our big map here, the citywide look, and for the most part, things looking okay in the rest of the area. Seeing a little bit of buildup, but that's kind of normal during the 6 o'clock hour in some of our busier traffic areas, but nothing too crazy to kind of mention outside of that area. So again, this is what we're following right now, I-35 at O'Connor Road, stalled vehicle, and for people that may be wondering, we did have that road debris that was up on there on the northbound lanes of 35 at Alamo Street. Actually saw a TxDOT worker get off of the Hero truck and pick up a 2x4 off the road. And it just kind of made me kind of think about just sort of some of the dangers that these TxDOT workers have to kind of go through. Because he literally got out of the truck, went into the middle of 35 and picked up the 2x4 that was on the road. But that has been cleared out. This is the biggest thing we're following right now.
They probably do it far more than we'll ever know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, think about it. Sometimes when you driving along and a truck has lost a tire or something, those huge chunks of rubber laying in the road. Somebody's got to.
That's dangerous too.
Leave it up to the experts to do that.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
Anyway, back to that meteorite exhibit.
Oh,
that's kind of cool. I mean, think about that. It's been cruising around in space for forever, basically.
And we can see it right here in San Antonio. That's pretty neat.
That's very neat. All right. This is what you need to be doing this weekend. In a pool, in the shade, lounging back, with somebody bringing you something refreshing to drink there.
Miss Ella has it made in the shade.
God, no kidding. Talk about living a dog's life, man. Love that. All right. Clouds hanging around here this morning, and that's what helped to keep temperatures up a little bit. The humidity is roughly the same as what it was yesterday. I mean, we still have some out there, and in places like Stinson, Randolph, New Braunfels Canyon Lake, down around Pleasanton, that's pretty good humidity. That's fog up your glasses still sort of humidity. Dew points are pretty steady in the eastern half of our area compared to this time yesterday. Obviously, it has gone up more out there to the west around Hondo and Uvalde. We will go through, and this is the first change, I should say, that has taken place when you think about how the dew point temperatures weren't really dropping down all that much. We weren't getting that 24-hour cycle earlier this week, and especially last week when we had those heat index readings that were just sky high in the afternoons, because those dew points stayed up in the mid 70s. So they will drop down in the afternoon, come back up overnight, and then drop back down in the afternoon. So we are going through this nice cycle here, so at least it's slightly more comfortable in the afternoons. Clouds hanging around here this morning, 90 at noon, and then we'll make it up to 99 like yesterday. Still somewhat of a heat index out there, but not anything just way off the charts. And we will have a couple of clouds hanging around, sort of a milky shade to the sky as well, because we have a little bit more moisture coming in here aloft in the atmosphere. And then as we go into, especially starting tomorrow through next week, a few more clouds just sort of hanging around throughout the afternoon. Hottest part of the country, really, well, Vegas is at 83 and down there in the southern tip of Florida, but this batch, the circle right here, this is actually sliding off to the east a little bit as the high slides off to the east. This was what was plunked down right on top of us earlier, but as that gets on out of here, we're not as hot in the afternoons. And then I keep saying all along, we kind of take that lid off the pot, if you will. So that's allowing some showers to try and develop around here. We may see one or two of them Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Depends if there's a little bit of a disturbance moving on through here. There's that small chance, but a slightly better chance for rain Wednesday, and then looks like especially right now on Thursday with a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that slow decline in temperatures.
That looks good. That 95 looks wonderful there.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mike.
Time now 6:22, 79 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Trelegy for COPD.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel.
You don't have to take COPD sitting down.
It's a new dawn, it's a new day.
It's time to make a stand.
And I'm feeling good.
Start a new day with Trelegy. No once-daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trelegy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy makes breathing easier for a full 24 hours, improves lung function, and helps prevent future flare-ups. Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trelegy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trelegy and save at Trelegy.com.
As we get ready to start the new month, there are several KSAT community events we want to let you know about. We're teaming up with our KSAT community partners for a phone bank July 20th in support of Project Mend. You can see some of that information on the screen.
Project Mend works to improve the quality of life for those living with disabilities and illnesses through refurbishment, reuse, and distribution of medical equipment and other assistive technology.
6:25, still about 80 degrees out there.
Here's a preview of what's coming up next at 6:30.
I think it's my heart because it's in my culture.
Students from across Texas came to San Antonio for a mariachi summer camp. What they learned this week from some talented instructors before tonight's big performance.
Checking TransGuide, we're seeing slow moving at 35 at O'Connor, particularly in one direction. We'll see what's up with RJ after the break.
This morning on GMSA, disgraced former state senator Carlos Urresti could be out of jail today after years behind bars. Our Sarah Costa will join us in just a few moments with what comes next.
Outside with live cam, bit of a trade-off. Mike says we did not hit 100 yesterday, but we are warmer this morning, hovering right around 80 degrees at San Antonio International Airport.
Hi, good morning. It is 6:30 and it's happy Friday, June 30th.
TGIF as we wrap up the month of June. We did make it closer to the weekend And Mike is here with a preview. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, last day of the first half of the year. We are starting off with a lot of clouds, and this is the way it's going to be looking tomorrow morning and the next, really throughout the next week in the mornings, especially a lot of overnight clouds, early morning clouds, and then we'll tend to keep more as time goes on, keep more in the afternoons. Right now we are at 80. We've been holding steady thanks to these clouds hanging out here, and it's actually a little bit warmer than what it was at this time yesterday. Dew points at 73, so enough humidity. You'll notice it when you step outside. And we've had a fairly decent breeze in the overnight hours right now out of the south, primarily at 10 miles per hour. Temperatures all around the area, mid 70s in the hill country, more 80. Remember yesterday we hardly had any 80s. I think there may have been one on the map, and now a couple of more hanging out there with the extra, like I said, cloud covers acted like a blanket on top of us. Some fairly thick humidity from Stinson, Pleasanton up to Randolph, New Braunfels, and dew points at 73. So we do have heat index readings out there right now. And yes, we will have a little bit of a heat index later on this afternoon, but not anything just outrageous. Mold is on the low side, updated count in about an hour or so. Heat advisory still for our eastern counties today, just because of that extra humidity. And even though there's not heat advisories elsewhere, obviously you want to take those usual precautions because we are still going to be up in the upper 90s, 99 today, and a little bit, like I said, of a heat index. So warm and humid this morning, then 99, lower afternoon humidity, so a bit more comfortable in the shade. Then we go into, and that's going to be today and tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 98. So still on the warm side of things. A couple of extra clouds hanging around here. Maybe a shower. I really wouldn't count on it for the first part of next week. But then as we go into the middle part of the week, we do have a better chance for some rain, and temperatures will only be in the mid 90s, much closer to a normal high. All those details and a closer look at the 4th of July coming up. Traffic Authority, RJ Marquez. What's going on, sir?
All right, Mike. So things looking a lot better there on the northeast side, especially here at 35 at O'Connor. Traffic is now moving along pretty smooth. There was a stalled vehicle a little bit earlier there in the northbound lanes. That has been cleared out. So now a little bit further north of this area, over by the Forum, the Live Oak area, we do have a report of a stalled vehicle there in the eastbound lanes. Loop 1604 at Pat Booker Road. So pretty busy area. I was actually driving through there about a week ago. Didn't realize how much construction is just taking place in that area. So something to kind of keep in mind if you're headed out during this hour. One more thing to kind of let you know about as we go a little bit closer to downtown here, the northbound lanes there at Nogalitos Street. We do have a report of a stalled vehicle there. I-35 northbound at Nogalitos Street, so a little bit south of the downtown area, but something to keep in mind if you have to head out in this area right here. We'll continue to follow the very latest when it comes to traffic, give you any updates as they become available. Mark and Stephanie.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, San Antonio police say it was a surprise attack. A man shot and fatally wounded on a walking trail. They are still trying to find the shooters, and Katrina Weber is live downtown with that story. Katrina, we understand he was attacked while trying to go for a walk.
Well, that's right. That's what police told us, that he had plans to take a stroll with his girlfriend along the trail, but two other men had different ideas. Now, this actually happened at the trailhead on Border Brook Street. That's on the northwest side of town, not far from Loop 410 and Bandera Road. Police say the man, who was in his 20s, had set out with his girlfriend before 10 last night. They say two men with masks jumped out from behind a rock on the Border Brook trailhead, then tried to rob him, then shot him several times and ran off. The victim was taken to a hospital where he died later. Now, it doesn't sound like police have much of a description of those shooters, but there's a good chance that they are looking for whatever clues they can find, most likely including any surveillance video from that area. Reporting live near downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
In just a couple of hours, disgraced former Texas State Senator Carlos Uresti will be released from prison.
This comes after serving 4 years and 4 months of his 12-year federal prison sentence.
Well, Sarah Costa joins us now with how this will play out this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Steph. Yeah, so Uresti was found guilty of 11 different felony counts related to money laundering and fraud. His attorney sent out a press release announcing the early release yesterday afternoon. He was ordered to pay more than $6 million in restitution to people he defrauded. Uresti's attorney and friend, Michael Watts, celebrated the early release due to good conduct and the First Step Act, which gives credits for time served. The former state senator is quoted in a press release saying he's a better man and that through this journey he has emerged wiser healthier and happier. So we will cover Uresti's release from federal prison today. He's expected to release around 8:30 this morning. We have a crew already on their way to be live in Bastrop outside of that federal prison. Just look for the latest on this story on GMSA at 9 and, of course, on KSAT.com. Mark, Steph.
Sarah, thank you. A fire last night on the city's northeast side left an abandoned warehouse completely destroyed. Take a look. San Antonio firefighters say flames were spotted around 9 last night on Ritterman Road near 410 and Fort Sam, Houston. Firefighters were forced to battle strong winds overnight as they struggled to put down the flames. No one was inside the building at the time, so no injuries were reported. The cause of that blaze is still under investigation this morning.
A woman out on bond for a DWI charge is now in jail again, this time for a deadly hit and run. And it happened earlier this week on the city's northeast side. So this is 27-year-old Savannah Mercedes Lopez. And according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, Lopez was driving too fast when she hit and killed a 62-year-old man in the 7600 block of Glen Meadows on Monday night. The victim's body was found on Tuesday morning, and the sheriff's office believes that he was homeless. Sheriff Javier Salazar says an interview with the suspect led to the arrest.
She and her husband were brought down to headquarters where they gave conflicting stories as to how that damage could have occurred. It became pretty obvious to our investigators that they were lying. They continued the line of questioning, and then finally this female suspect admitted that she was in fact the one driving the vehicle.
Lopez is facing charges of failure to stop and render aid, causing death, which is a third-degree felony.
A San Antonio man has been sentenced to 99 years in prison for killing his aunt 4 years ago. A jury took over an hour to convict Michael Phipps in the deadly shooting of Becky Ibarra in June of 2019. Ibarra went to her mother's home where Phipps was living. The two got into an argument about a money card when Phipps said that Ibarra attacked him. Phipps went on to say he was acting in self-defense when he grabbed a gun out of his pocket. Again, 99 years in prison. 637, 79 degrees.
Just ahead, students from across Texas came to San Antonio for a mariachi summer camp. What they learned this week before tonight's big performance.
20 minutes till 7. Welcome back on your Friday morning. 44 youth mariachi vocalists from across the U.S. have come together to spend the week polishing their skills at the Mariachi Extravaganza Summer Camp at the Tobin Center.
The award-winning singers will perform tonight at the Carlos Alvarez Theater for the summer recital.
Sarah Costa spoke with some of those campers about their passion for the art form and why it's so important for them to continue to hone their skills in a cultural tradition.
Good morning, guys. These kids, so talented. From elementary level to college students, they had the opportunity to study mariachi vocal technique and stage presence under master vocal instructors throughout this week. So not only are these students talented, some are finalists and winners from the Mariachi Extravaganza National Vocal Competition, but they all share the passion of learning the tradition of mariachi music.
I think it's my heart because it's in my culture.
9-year-old Mariana Rowan fell in love with mariachi music when her grandmother first played her a song.
It made me cry, and I felt very sad, but I was like, I want to do that because I want to make other people feel happy.
11-year-old Robert Strahan says he was so moved by the mariachi's performance at his grandmother's funeral, he knew he wanted to make her proud by learning their tradition. And 11-year-old Eduardo Trevino says it's in his blood, learning from his grandfather who recorded norteño music here in San Antonio. But he says ultimately he found his passion in mariachi music.
Pero in mariachi they have boleros, they have cumbias, they have rancheras, polkas, all these different genres to make one genre.
44 youth vocalists from California to New York to Texas sent in their audition tapes and were invited to the Mariachi Extravaganza camp at the Tobin Center this week. The students say they learned how to sharpen their vocal techniques.
I've learned how to support my notes.
And learned the importance of understanding the message behind the song.
Being able to sing it to other people and be able to show them the way that you're feeling without even telling them, but with the song you're telling them the whole story about yourself. Basically, it's amazing.
Opera and mariachi master vocal instructor Dr. Octavio Moreno says that's the goal,
having the students understand the depth of the story behind the art.
Create an amalgamation with the music and be able to deliver knowingly a message to the audience. It is our duty as artists.
Moreno says more importantly, passing down the Mexican art and tradition of mariachi music to future generations.
People who aren't connecting with their past roots. So it makes me feel very grateful that I know what my blood is and I can carry it on.
And you can support these mariachi artists by going to their final performance. It's tonight at the Performing Arts Carlos Alvarez Studio Theater at the Tobin Center at 7:30 tonight. And you can find out about ticket information by heading to ksat.com this morning. It was such a pleasure being able to spend time with these kiddos. I mean, some of them are in college, you know, some are at UTSA, some are 8 years old. And these aren't just kids just trying to be vocalists through the art of mariachi. These vocalists, these youth vocalists had to try out, and a lot of them are already, you know, won awards in several of these competitions. So it's going to be not just a, you know, a camp recital. This is like a professional youth vocalist mariachi performance that's happening tonight on that side theater of the Tobin.
Yeah, impressive the age range. About how many kiddos, or I say kiddos, some young adults also?
44. There's 44.
Wow.
And to hear 44 very strong youth vocalists harmonizing together, it was beautiful. I got chills.
I bet. So the Tobin is just down the street from KSAT 12, and it sounds like this is in a smaller venue within that facility?
Yes, right next to
the Carlos Alvarez Theater is like smaller, but it's going to be a very intimate performance.
Right. So a smaller venue, but big, powerful sound.
Absolutely.
All right. Look for more information coming up on our website later this morning, ksat.com. Sarah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. And 6:45 now, let's check back with RJ Marquez.
All right, that was great stuff there. Give me some of that volver anytime as we head out to the weekend here. All right, taking you outside, TransGuide, taking a look at 281 San Pedro. Traffic moving pretty good in our area here. And then one more look here at 281 at St. Mary's. Things looking pretty good there as well. So a couple of things just to let you know about. Nothing's really changed over the past half hour, but we still have this stalled vehicle there on the eastbound lanes at Pat Booker Road, Loop 1604. Very, very busy area to begin with, so any sort of delays here always causes a little bit of a mess there. So Loop 1604 eastbound at Pat Booker Road, stalled vehicle there. And we're still following this stalled vehicle here south of downtown. This is northbound lanes at Nogalito Street, so something to kind of keep in mind if you have to head out to this area. Crews have been working on this for quite some time right there in the downtown area. Again, northbound lanes 35 at Nogalito Street. But other than that, guys, for the most part, traffic moving along pretty smooth throughout the rest of our area, with the exception of a couple of these stalled vehicles causing just a little bit of delays out there.
Thank you very much, RJ. I love this dog. I love everything about this dog you're about to show us, Mike Osterhage.
And especially the expression on his face. It's either saying, go away, leave me alone, or, yeah, that's right, I'm just going to lay here, or can you get me something?
It's kind of a modified sploot.
Yeah.
He just looks happy.
I know.
And if it's splooting and swimming, does that lead us to splooning?
Huh?
It says splooning. Yeah.
Swimming and splooting means splooting? Splooning?
Oh.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was a typo.
Okay.
Either
whatever
way,
it is, he looks happy, so
he does.
It's a great picture. I love that. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect shot. Make sure you send those in. All right, we're not seeing obviously a whole bunch in the way of sunshine, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It just kind of delays the start of the warm up. Plenty of clouds hanging around. Still at 80, so the clouds are acting like a bit of a blanket. So it's been holding temperatures steady and held some of that heat in overnight as well. And that's why we're a little bit warmer this morning than what we were yesterday. I was going for dropping down to 77. Clouds break up a little bit in the next hour or so. We'll drop somewhat. That may be pushing things, but then we'll see more sunshine later on today. And it does look like we are going to have a little more moisture aloft in the atmosphere. So instead of that really, really vivid blue sky, it's going to be kind of kind of a milky shade to the sky later on today. Best way to put it. 90 at noon, and then we're going to make it up to 99. Same thing yesterday with just shy of 100. Now, it may have been 100 in your backyard, maybe 100 in your backyard later on today. But yeah, it's that psychological victory of not hitting 100, although it, of course, will feel like it, even though we do have those heat index readings that will, or the humidity that will be dropping down later on today. So yeah, we did have a lot of not triple digits on the map yesterday. Did get up to 105 though in Cotulla, and that will be the situation again today. So basically the kind of northeastern half of the area will be staying just shy of 100, even some mid-90s in and around the area. Von Ormy forecast to get up to 101 today. The high has been moving off to the east, and I keep showing you this. This thing was, well, go back to a couple of weeks ago. It was just to the southwest of us, and that's why we were getting some of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Then it was plunked down right on top. We didn't get nothing around here. Now it's moving off to the east, so at least the lid is kind of coming off things, and that's taking as well as the heat off to the east of us as well. So that's why temperatures are slowly dropping down, and we'll have at least a small chance for a couple of showers. Now, today, tomorrow, 99. A few extra clouds, especially tomorrow, as well as going in through next week. 98 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, chance for a shower or two here or there. Really don't think it's going to be too much at all, but then a slightly better chance at some rain Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll stay in the mid-90s.
But I'm glad those chances are happening on the week of the 4th of July, even though they're small chances.
And as far as the 4th itself is concerned, you know, if there's a shower that pops up, yeah, but otherwise, everything's fine. It's going to be warm, though, so keep that in mind.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
Just about 10 till 79 degrees.
And looking out there with a live cam, the sun is up, rise and shine. Like Mark said, 79 degrees, not too bad yet, but at least we're not going to hit those triple digits today. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, we know everybody has their eyes on travel this holiday weekend. The latest on how the airports are dealing, the airlines bracing for what's expected to be a record-setting weekend after a mess of a week, and then the best and worst times to hit the road. Also, you know I'm going to be all over that forecast because so many are on alert for heat and dangerous heat, compounded heat under that heat dome after day 7 to 14, depending on where you are, and then a building ridge that'll make some real heat out west. They've been so cool. So I'll get into that forecast and so much more right here on GMA.
In this morning's GMA First Look, we're diving into some of the hottest deals heading into the holiday weekend as part of our July 4th sales extravaganza.
Consumers are certainly strapped from inflation, and they've been, thinking about purchases more deliberately. We really are seeing retailers bringing out deals on those big ticket items that would normally be a budget search for consumers, trying to bring that down into a very tempting price point.
For some of the biggest savings, experts say to shop for grills, mattresses, clothes, and furniture.
Think of 4th of July weekend as your round 1, and that Prime Day week, Black Friday in July, as your round 2 to get any deals that you might not have gotten 4th of July weekend.
And coming up at 7 a.m., what to buy when, the sales to watch and ones to wait on to save you some cold, hard cash. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
We have quite a bit heading your way on GMSA at 9.
If you're trying to keep cool this summer, there are fun activities happening at the Briscoe Western Art Museum. Activities for the whole family.
Artivity Huertas will be live there with detail. That's coming up later this morning on GMSA at 9.
And time now 6:54. Looks like the roads look pretty good right now. Let's check back with RJ Marcus.
Yeah, Stephanie, things looking pretty good out there. One more quick look at TransGuide US 98 Nogalitos. There was a stalled vehicle there a little bit earlier, but things have cleared out in that area. 1604 at Marbach, things looking pretty good there. And then 90 at Couples, and then O'Connor. That was a stalled vehicle earlier, but things have cleared out there. Now, the biggest thing we're following right now is another stalled vehicle. This on the northeast side as well, over by the Forum. 1604 eastbound at Pat Booker Road. You can see traffic starting to build out in that area. So we'll continue to follow the very latest and see what kind of updates we get on this as we make it through the morning. Mike?
Sorry about that. Lots of clouds starting off this morning. It's kind of helped keep temperatures up ever so slightly. And right now, it's actually warmed up, 82. And that's the heat index, though, 83 at Randolph as well as Stinson, 86 in Pleasanton. We are going to make it up to 90 at noon today, 99 high temperature. So we'll stay just shy of 100 again, 2 days in a row. That's some good news, and that's going to be the situation going through the weekend into next week. A few extra clouds here and there, maybe a shower Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I kind of doubt it. A little bit better chance of rain going into Wednesday, Thursday, and mid-90s.
Overall, not too bad.
Nope, not at all.
And tomorrow you're getting ready for your Hallmark movies, July 1st.
Yeah, Hallmark in July.
Yeah. See, there's no countdown there.
No, I don't even remember how many days till Christmas.
178.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Really? 178.
But Hallmark first.
It's called enabling. It's okay, Mike.
Have a good weekend.